There's a holocron I'm never ever getting. I meant the one down there, the Jedi holocron. That blue thing I just picked up is a Force holocron, and there is something I will always be getting. One, because it's right in the way and impossible to miss, even for someone like me. And two, because once again, Force holocrons are really... If you don't pick up any other holocrons, you want to pick up the Force holocrons in this game. Force holocrons where it's at. You know. Here's another area where you have to get rid of all the well, not all the militia troops, but you gotta get rid of a set amount. Pretty much, you gotta get rid of that health bar. So let's see if we can't do that, shall we? Or can. I can't. I forgot how to English. I'm sorry. I don't know. Kill everyone. I think that makes it a little easier on everyone. Including me. Hey. Okay. Oh, that guy has like a little sword or whatever. Sword mooks. I don't know what kind of sword it is. It's like an energy sword, whatever. It's not a lightsaber. It's like a lightsaber light. I don't know. Whatever. Those guys have a lot of health, and those guys hurt. So you don't really want to do too much with the sword guys. They can mess you up really quickly. Bro, what is that? Okay, so this is our first bot, the ATST, and thank goodness for the lock-on feature, because otherwise every single boss fight in this game would just be impossible. Like in some games, hate me for it, but I'm gonna compare this to God of War again. Like in God of War, you don't really need a lock-on feature for the boss, because Kratos pretty much hits what you want him to hit. Starkiller just goes all over the place. Like, even if you don't tap the directional button, he's, like, flying. You need to keep hitting the directional button. Because he'll just, just fly off. I don't know why he goes so far when he hits stuff with his lightsaber, but it's very hard to get precise hits into Starkiller, so you really need to be locked on to bosses. But the bad thing about being locked on is you do all this craziness. What happens when you lock on is it's really hard to adjust the camera to, say, get some health or, I don't know, focus on enemies that might be firing on you. So, bosses, they're a mixed bag. None of the bosses in this game are hard. Some are rewarding, but not really. And the best thing about the ATST is it's really slow and its attacks don't really hurt you too much, so you can just stay away and just lightning it. I think that's what I do. Or not, I just keep running away. That's efficient, right? That's what everyone wants to see. Nope, quick time event. And once again, the quick time events do not even feel natural. It feels weird to do the quick time events in this game, but whatever. They get the job done. See, why was there no prompt for that? I'd have loved the feeling of crushing that guy in maybe like an L1, R1, or L2, R2 toggle, something. I don't know. Whatever. It's done. Let's see if we can't find us some more trouble to get into, shall we? Still gotta head to that. We still have to find the computer room. Or the control room. Kind of pointless. Where else would the Jedi be at? You literally came in at the bottom of the ship, so he has to be towards one of the upper, more headier parts. I don't see why he wouldn't be in the control room. And I guess the Darth Vader's apprentice is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Go ahead and say that right now. This is not a character you will be praising for his cunning ability to discern and reason. This is a character who you will be glad can double jump and has cool Sithy lightning and a lightsaber. He's that kind of character, okay? He's not too bright. There are some things that anyone who was able to reason rationally would have figured out very easily that our dear apprentice friend just does not get until it is, unfortunately for him, too late. But hey, it's all part of the learning process. We'll see it unfold together, won't we? I mean, I already recorded most of the footage for this, but you know what I mean. As commentator and watcher, respectively, will experience things together the way it was meant to be. And look at these guys camping behind the door. That's fair. Enemies actually don't show up on the radar, obviously. Or the map, the mini-map. They don't show up on the mini-map, so that's a thing. I mean, it's not really too annoying unless, yeah, like there's guys camping right behind the door. How was I supposed to? There was no way I was going to see those guys. I had to stop and turn around. I mean, it's not really that hard or bad, but it is inconvenient. Well, cry me a river. You gotta remember, there's people starving right now. I don't know why I'm complaining. That's a downer, isn't it? Just trying to enjoy your video game. You know there's people starving right now. Buzzkillington, dang. That is pretty bad. I apologize. I really brought down the mood. Well, there are. Gotta keep them in the back of your mind, people. Lest we forget. Okay, I guess we did a moment. I did a moment of silence. I didn't even mean to. I just ran out of stuff to talk about. So we got another one of these rooms. Yeah, this level is very repetitive. You see what I mean? You fight the same guys in these same hallway-looking places. Like, all these hallways, I don't care what anyone says, all these hallways look the same. There's, like, some fire in them, and then you go up the steps a little, and then there's some guys, and the same kind of looking guys, and there's these panels you can take off the walls. It's kind of upsetting how much everything looks alike. Well, not upsetting, just jarring. Like, why does... They could have come up with more interesting level design. This is the first level. Like, the first true level. Where's the razzle? Where's the dazzle? All I see is annoying camping enemies in similar-looking hallways. Just like Call of Duty. Okay, I can hear the boos. I'm gonna stop right now. No more. No more from me. I'm sorry. Please. I know everyone on the internet hates me now. Right there. But, anywho. Yeah, anywho. I didn't even have to transition. I don't know. I like to hear myself talk. Oh, there you go. I guess I didn't explain the force powers very well, but if you press triangle, you can actually pick up anything that is highlighted, sort of. There'll be like a little aura around it. You can actually pick it up, and you can do whatever you want with it. That's dope, right? I enjoy it. It's fun.
A boy? Months of attacking Imperial targets, and Vader sends a boy to fight me? I will take no pleasure when you fall.
Force push counter. Never use it. This is the boss fight. This is General Rahm Kota. This fight's tedious. This is one of, if I can recall, this is pretty much like the second or third worst boss fight in the game. And there are quite a few boss fights. The boss fights in this game in general are just not that good. Honestly, what makes you feel good about this game is just plowing through enemies with your lightsaber and using force lightning. There is pretty much nothing really enticing or unique or interesting about the boss fights. All the boss fights, well, I think like 98. I don't know. Maybe there was a boss, I'm not remembering, but I think like 98% of the bosses or something like that are, they're Jedi. So they can actually counter your force powers. I think that's why they did it. Just to make sure the boss fights weren't too easy, but they still really are. If you die in a boss fight, it's gonna be... I think I definitely die in this boss fight. So if you die, like me, it's because you weren't paying attention to your health and you didn't find a little health capsule. Yeah, Rahm Kota is easy enough. You can choke him. Sometimes he'll break the chokehold. Usually he'll break the chokehold. I don't know why he let me hold on there, but like I said, not the best AI in the world. Lightning him some more. So, this is very tedious. Like, you get close to him, you try using lightsaber stuff, and the guard is really OP in this game. It's pretty hard to break the guard. pretty hard to break a guard. I think I'm hilarious. It's what's on the inside that counts. I have a beautiful personality. I just said that. But you know I don't have anything to talk about. This boss fight's dull. I'm sorry.
Boy. However, you're not going to stop me, even if I have to bring this whole factory down on our heads.
Yeah, we're at the halfway point. Not too bad, not too bad. Beating down Rahm Kota.
Stop the madness before it's too late.
You actually want to get into clashes like that, because with the clashes, you're guaranteed to take down... Well, if you win the clash. If you win the clash, you're guaranteed to shave off a pretty good chunk of health. Whereas this, you can tell that my force attacks... A lot of my force attacks and my lightsaber attacks alike are just being negated, which is really just annoying. It's not even frustrating. It's just like... this is taking forever. I apologize. I could have cut this out, but you wouldn't be getting the full boss fight experience. You wouldn't get to see me die and come back in full rage. Here I am looking for health, but the lock-on is so weird. I keep getting the inside of walls, and there you go. There's my death. But I have full health now, and he has like 75th health. So, whole nother cycle. It's a circle of life. Begins anew. Whatever. Let's just kick him around some. That he's not even trying to get out of the choke. Sometimes he'll get out of it, and sometimes he doesn't even care. But yeah, you saw what happened when I died was I couldn't tell if I was locked on or locked off, so the camera kept readjusting, and I didn't see where I was. I was seeing the inside of a wall, and I died. Thanks, camera. I mean, you see how this boss fight is going. He's barely getting any hits. And when he does, it's because I'm not paying attention, because I'm looking for health or fiddling with the stupid camera. And that's pretty much every boss fight in the game. Most of them go quicker than this one. I don't know why well, I do know why it took me so long, because my powers are still weak. And I am not the best at this game. Sorry. I'm not Anaheim material. I'm not MLG Pro gaming tier. I'm just me. I just play games I like and have fun doing it and record it for the internet because I like YouTube. I love YouTube. You know, I don't care. There's nothing going on in this fight. I might as well talk about the past. You know, ever since about sophomore year in high school, so this is about 3-4 years ago for me. Ever since like 3 or 4 years ago. I guess 4 or 5. God, I'm old. No, I'm 19. I guess like 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years now. Like for at least 3 hours every day, I gotta be on YouTube. Like I remember distinctly for senior year, all the senior year I would wake up at 6:25, or junior and senior year pretty much. I'd wake up at 6:25 just so I could get in my morning YouTube vids. I'd watch The Great Clement, or I'd watch I don't know, Brain Scratch Comms or something. I'd watch somebody who'd upload early, and then once they had uploaded, you know, someone from a different country. So every time they'd upload something, I'd wake up, or even if they didn't upload anything, I'd look for something to find. Watch some SSO, HPKC, you know, watch James screw around. And then like I got really into podcasting towards like the end of my senior year. So like ever since sophomore year, yeah, I just been spending 3 to 4 hours a day on YouTube. I just really enjoy content creation. Seeing content creators do their thing, you know. But I'll shut up for now. Got a little mini cutscene, so here we go.
Vader thinks he's turned you, but I can sense your future, and Vader won't always be your master. I sense only me.
He didn't sound too sure there, did he? I sense only me? I thought that line was weird. I don't know if it was the direction they gave the voice actor or what, but I just thought that was a weird line. It sounded awkward.
Master Kota is dead.
Yes.
His lightsaber. You lack focus. You're easily distracted. Had that been your own saber, you would be dead by now. Go to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Your training is far from complete, my apprentice.
So we're heading back to Coruscant. Getting back to our roots. Or, I guess, Vader's roots. Here's the Rogue Shadow, blah, 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 blah. This is basically where you can do everything that you can't do, or even some stuff you can do from the menu in the game. I don't know what I'm saying, whatever. This is where you do stuff. This is a Rogue Shadow. This is our home, basically. This is our safe house. Got some extras. You can actually look at all the holocrons you've collected, so yay. There's some pretty cool stuff in here, so I'm not gonna complain. There's a place to put in cheat codes, which I do show off in the next video, or the next few videos, somewhere in there. There's the data bank, which has a lot of stuff that I'm never going to read in a million years, so there's that.
I don't like all this sneaking about.
Here's where you upgrade your force powers, which you can actually do while you're in the middle of a mission. So no real need for urgency, but my two favorite powers by far and away are the lightning and the repulse. So lightning and repulse it is, am I right? And I don't have enough for anything else. Super sad face. So we'll have to come back. I have to come back to that. Here's where you change your costumes. We only have one costume unlocked as of now, so no worries, am I right? Here's where you customize your lightsaber. And I don't want that green crystal just yet, so hold off on it. We only have one saber hilt, so there you go. There you go. Alright, so that'll wrap up this part. It's a little bit of gameplay, and when we head back next, or when I come back next time, we'll head to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. See you then!